Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Be still! Dragon Swarm! Orochi's Fury! Time to let it rip! Try harder! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine! Orochi's Fury! Dragon Swarm! Orochi's Fury! You picked the wrong fight! Be still! Rising Falcon! Orochi's Fury! Dragon Swarm! Be still! Rising Falcon! Lunar Rondo! Dragon Swarm! Orochi's Fury! Sword Rain Alpha! Try harder! My turn! Orochi's Fury! We did it! Orochi's Fury! It's on! Eat dirt! There! Be still! Rising Falcon! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Sword Rain Alpha! Try harder! Now! Lightning Thrust! Rising Falcon! Orochi's Fury! Dragon Swarm! You're mine! You're mine! It's over! Here I come! It's over! Try harder! Take this! Orochi's Fury! Dazzle! Here I come! Here I come! You're mine! No, it... You're mine! Dragon Swarm! It's on! Dragon Swarm! Eat dirt! Be still!
Alvin?
Finwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell. Where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
We won.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans. The whole town was built by Danan defectors. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
No choice.
Radiant
Lightning thrust!
in a bind.
Rising Falcon!
Wind
Orochi's Fury!
Shine!
Radiant light. Force of
Dragon
Keep
Swarm!
it high! Just back it out again!
Dragon Swarm!
Raging Storm! More where that came
Don't
from!
suffer in silence.
Flawless Flight!
Orochi's Fury!
Elusive deity.
Lightning
I'll thank
Raging
you.
Cascade!
Rising
Lunar
Falcon!
drive.
I'll be
Dragon
saving
Swarm!
this one!
Elusive deity.
It's on!
Lightning
Orochi's
Orb!
Fury!
More where that came from! Raging Cascade! In here!
Heal.
Arc Seal!
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
On your
Wind
way.
Astral Energy! More
Be
where that
still!
came from!
Rising
Dance in the
Falcon!
wind! Air thrust!
The enemy feels ours too.
You'll soon see about that!
Doubling! In an instant! Impact Block!
Resonate with
May
the
a
earth.
thousand gales tear you to shreds!
Orochi's Fury!
Gusty nails!
Be still! Stardust!
Now!
Windwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Let's refrain from losing.
Do you sense one of your friends?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the Spirit Channeling Ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, There is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the Crown Contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden. A figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremony. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, so... Feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can a debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can, be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, you know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will. The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. Not only that, do you understand? But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are.
Yeah, but you've only just found out.
To tell you the truth, it's strange. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Although if that had been the case, I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before. I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all,
Rinwell.
first it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering. Just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah, all this time you were suffering right in front of me.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you...
Sounds like me.
Come on, man, snap out of it. Look, I get it. You're in shock. But here's the thing.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Fine.
I can't...
So you think... Come on, what happened? That's...
Law.
No, Now I'm gonna... So then quit...
Listen.
Alphen.
That's exact... But there's...
Eh...
Yeah, just give...
Hey.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That... sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
confiscated!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. No further.
Lightning condemned!
Astral Voice.
That's my field!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Dance in the wind!
This one's almost... It's almost too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Should have messed with me.
You're mine!
I'll run you through!
Roach's Fury!
Seal!
Look sharp!
I'll be saving this one!
Tiger Blade!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm just
Lightning
Fury!
Fury! Now!
Pieces!
Bridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer! Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to it. We don't... We all walk...
Do you think he...
I think whether he...
Fine. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords. But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan.
they almost didn't.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued,
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
you saw how destitute the village was. They needed food.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. Something's on your mind.
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. But ever since getting to know Shion,
I see.
besides, a part of me thought it served her right. Don't get me wrong.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. As for what it means exactly,
Sometime.
or don't.
No, you're... And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay.
Why? Is that so?
Okay,
Great.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
Hey. Guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects.
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen?
Yeah,
Well, lucky you, I guess. think Hootle senses an owl around here.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Jonah!
Talon Guard!
Tempest Whirl!
Denied!
Orochi's Fury!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Be still!
The earth
Going in!
Here goes!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Swallow dance!
Going in! In a bind?
Rising Falcon! Orochi's Fury!
Do it!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Firmament Render!
This one's mine.
You're done!
Confiscated!
You picked the wrong fight!
You hear it now!
Lightning Thrust!
Rip and tear!
Rising
Gale
Falcon!
Force!
Eagle Assault!
Raging
Dragon
Cascade!
Swarm!
Do it!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Dusty nail!
Time to shine.
Megasonic Thrust!
Blow away!
Through! Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust!
Tempest
Just make it rain.
Thrust! Blast!
Light Astral
Look off it
Energy!
as you hear it now!
I can feel my power growing!
What's this thing?
Discourteous, aren't you?
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Raging Cascade! Spread!
The earth throbs with
Light
pain.
Astral Energy!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Photons ready! Out!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Lightning Slash!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Not today!
Air thrust! Blah blah blah! Air thrust!
Take this!
Blah blah blah! Spread!
Finish it!
Blow them away!
Swallow
Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind!
Double Season!
Air thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Benediction light.
I'll tear you
Light
apart!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light Astral Energy!
Finish it!
Frozen!
Hammer! Step back! This one's all law!
its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! One last! Close one! Gotcha! Arch field! Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust!
Finish it! Demon Fang! Swallow dance! Looks like we won.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we...
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Swallow Fang!
Supernova! Thunder Wheel! Thousand Gales! Tear you to shreds! Gusty Nail!
Don't suffer in silence.
Firmament Render!
With the earth. Stalactite.
Arrow Squall!
Double Demon Fang! Ripid Tear! Air pressure! Eagle Assault!
Now I'm in the groove.
Plasma Shot! Hurricane!
Now you see what I can do.
Photon Blast! Firmament Render!
Rip it,
Arrow Squall! Here goes! Bullseye! Light Astrolabe! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Demon Fang! This one's mine!
Photon
Illusion
Nova
Deity!
Light Astral Energy! Photon Blast! Light Astral Energy!
I'm ready!
All yours, Kisara! My exploits are bearing fruit.
There.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Are those arms even natural? Firmament Render! Arrow Squall! May a thousand gales tear you to shreds! Gusty Nail! Dance in the wind!
Negative
Air
6!
thrust!
Resonate
Dance in
with
the
the
wind!
earth!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! With this, I can become even stronger.
There it is. That's our target.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. We wear ourselves out now.
That's right.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really?
What do you... So, Alphen, 300 years, huh?
I wish I knew.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep.
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there.
No apologies necessary.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. Easy peasy. I knew I could handle it. This ice cream tastes so good.
I swear, you're always having ice cream, even when it's freezing cold out.
And who made you the food police?
No one. I'm just saying that's a lot of ice cream. Don't you ever, throw up or anything?
Did you really just say that? Try thinking before you talk.
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I'm just a little worried about you, okay?
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream whenever I want.
You say that, but you know what's gonna happen if you keep eating ice cream all the time.
It's none of your business what I eat or how often.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy product. Ah, to be young.
Naive might be more accurate.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle.
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to
What?
invoke? Astral. Cut.
Wait.
Or you.
May lightning condemn those who. I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning.
I don't know.
What do you mean? You were.
No,
Really?
cut it out. I was thinking.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
That's a.
Yeah,
Okay,
because.
but it sure.
Oh,
I don't think.
come to.
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah.